Hi guys, my name is Mr. Emmons and I'm here to show you how I pack a backpack. Our scenario is that we're going to be going on a 2-day overnight camp out, and so I've got equipment laid out enough to last me for that weekend. I want to first point out that make sure that you have your 10 essentials with you. Those are items that are always needed, and I've got a list over here that we'll display up on the video. First thing is a first aid kit. Got my first aid kit, flashlight or headlamp. Make sure the batteries are ready to go, new, so you don't run out. Next we have trail food. Here's my bag of food for 2 days. It includes snacks and meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm carrying my kippered snacks. Matches or a fire starter. I've got my fire starting kit right in here, this little pill bottle. It's waterproof and it's small enough that I can get one fire going if I need to. Sun protection, got my hat. You might want to also include some sunscreen in your kit. I have some in the first aid kit there. A whistle. Make sure you have a whistle for signaling in case you get lost. Rain gear. Rain jacket, ready to go on top. Water storage containers. I have at least 2 here. The place that I'm going, make sure that you know what environment you're going into and how much water you need to contain. If you need to filter, use purification tablets, or how much you can carry on your back. I've got a couple Nalgene's here and an additional one over on the table that's ready to go. Map and a compass. Map of the location that you're going, a compass to guide you once you get there if there are not clear markings on the trail. And lastly, a pocket knife or a knife to be able to use to cut your food, cut cordage, anything like that. So those are the 10 essentials. Next we'll go over the gear placement within the backpack. And again, we'll put this up on the screen in a larger format that you can see. But you want to start at the bottom. So everything you load into the pack, you're going to start at the bottom. Now, some packs have a dedicated zippered sleeping bag compartment. That's where the sleeping bag and your overnight clothes, the lighter weight items will go in there, and I like to think of it as the things you won't need until you get into camp. Down at the bottom, lightweight stuff down at the bottom. So that would be, again, your sleeping bag, your air mat, your clothing for sleeping in, and anything not needed until you reach camp. Next layer is the section B here, and this is right against your back. So this will be within this part right here of your pack. Right up along your back, that's where your heavy items go. And that is to help balance that load out and put that weight right up against your back to keep your pack nice and tight against you and comfortable. And that's going to include your hydration bladder, your tent, cookware, food, which is probably one of the heaviest items, and other heavy camping supplies. So we'll show you that when we get to packing it up here. The outside of B, towards the outside of the back of the backpack, that's going to be your lightweight gear, your lightest gear, like your packing towels, pillow, and your lightweight clothing. So like an outer puffy jacket, stuff you want to put over top, a fleece. And then on top of the pack will be your light garment, or light gear items, and stuff that you will use frequently that you need to access, like your rain gear. Stuff you put on top is stuff that you may need very quickly. Sunscreen, snacks, headlamp, bandana, lightweight layers. Some packs have a lid, or a brain they call them, and that's where I like to put a lot of that easy access stuff if it doesn't fit in the main compartment. Okay, so that is the location of the gear. Now let's load it up. So again, we're going to start with our sleeping bag and those items. I have my sleeping bag in here. It's a 20-degree bag. That will go in the very bottom. And next to it, I have a sleeping pad. And then next layer, or actually I have my clothing to get this cinched up here. That is clothing that I won't need until tonight. The next, and probably heaviest item I will have outside of food, or outside of water, is my food. Food bag, and again, that goes up tight against your back. Cook gear. Got my pot, stove, and I like to put my fuel on the outside of my bag, just in case it doesn't leak, or does leak. Okay, now I'm on to the layer C, which is my lightest layer. I've got it down puffy here for this evening because I looked at the weather and saw that it was going to be in the 40s, low 50s. Okay, that takes me up to, here's another pack cover. I'm going to keep this handy, so that's going to go up into the top. We're actually up into the top now. I want my first aid kit easily accessible, so that goes in the brain. My headlamp. Those go in the, I'm going to put that in the side pocket. Map and compass. Those go in the other side pocket over here. Fire starting kit up in the top. My spoon up in the top, so I don't lose track of it down inside the bag. My pocket knife has a lanyard around it, and I wear it around my neck. So I'm just going to put that in one of the strap pockets here. I have some bug spray. Again, so we don't get that leaking inside the pack. I like to put that out here on the outside. And I have a personal toiletry kit. Put that up in here. And then one item that's not listed on any of the essentials, but an item that I can bear the weight, is a batteries or recharger for cell phones, cameras, those kind of things. I put that in my, up in the waterproof area of my brain. And then a bare bag rope goes on outside here. That's everything for the inside. Cinch this up. Now, one thing that I did not put down in the backpack that I have a problem with it unless you are guaranteeing that everything that you have inside the pack is within dry sacks, is the tent. Because a lot of times when you go out camping, there's morning dew on the tent, or there's an evening rain or a day rain, and you're packing up and this thing is soaking wet. So if you can guarantee that everything's going to stay dry inside your pack, put it inside your pack. I don't have a problem by putting that weight up on the top here, because this is pretty lightweight. It's a single person tent. If you need to distribute the weight with a hiking partner that you're camping with, you can split the tent. So one of you carries one part, the other carries the rest of it. Oh, and I did forget, put that rain jacket in. Rain jacket in. It's in on top. Push it down so they don't fall out. Water bottles in the side pockets. Ready to go. Some extra items that you can carry along. If you want to carry the weight but the added convenience is a chair or a stool. It's a little stool, and I would put this up on top here as well with the tent. And then I use hiking poles. Many of you guys are not to the level where you're using hiking poles yet or need it, but as we get older, these really come in handy. So there's our pack. Now again, this is just for a 2-day overnight trip. Actually 2 nights. Longer trip, you'd have more gear. This is without the water. I would estimate that's probably in the neighborhood of 25 pounds or so. I'm going to add some water weight to it for sure before I leave. But this is how I pack my pack. Use some of these basic guidelines to help you pack your pack, but everybody's individual and unique, so yours may come out a little bit different. You may have some added gear. You may want to subtract something. But use this as a guideline, and I thank you.